In this live, I would like to speak about taking care of yourself. But first and foremost, I would like to say hi, everyone, and welcome to this YouTube live today about self care, which is based on my own journey that I'm taking in order to care for myself. And probably it could be something that you relate with or something that you could learn from. Um, I would say, as growing up, or I realized that this still happens to me, uh, that I find at times, but I've decided now after realizing that I usually not even think about myself. I always think about others first, and I find myself like I please. I'm in that position of pleasing people. Be it comes to friends, my family. I feel like I need to do things to make them happy, or they should be able to get what is required. Then I realized that I don't do that to myself. And I realized that for a long time I've been so selfish to myself, uh, not caring, which now I have decided to do, or I have decided to prioritize it. And right now I brought myself to a local town outside of my town. Yeah, of course, I usually do this. I started doing this so not so long. You're welcome. I see two people. So I started doing this. Thank you for the like. Thank you so much. I started doing this not so long, months ago, realizing that I always left myself aside and thinking of others, and it kind of affected my general well-being. That when it comes to either skincare, eating, I could eat the rest after I've given the kids. But I think it is something to do with also when we were brought up. I was brought up whereby you could do things for others. Being the first child in the family, I could do that. And this impacted a lot in my life that I feel that I need to share, that could be somebody out there also going through this kind of situation. We usually forget about ourselves. I felt like my skin was not looking well, but I think from this year when I started taking care of myself, I'm 50 years now, but I feel like now my skin is glowing. I'm looking much better than how I used to be. I can now take time to really look at myself in the mirror. There was a time I couldn't recognize who I was. I didn't have time to even recognize my own face, like to have that time. Of course, there are so many things that we go through in life, challenges here and there, that also overshadows taking care of yourself. But genuinely taking care of myself has not been a priority. And I feel that now, and I used to feel guilty. And also I think another thing in the marriage I was in, there was like I didn't even own my own finance. Like if you are going to buy something, like you hide. I could go in the shop and find myself I've bought something, then I will hide it for my ex not to see, because you're using the money, this and that, and yet I'm trying to do something to please myself. I felt like after I started doing this, still I could feel that, have that hesitation in me. Am I making the right decision or what? Because of the things that I have been not prioritizing in myself, caused me not to have that opportunity to really take care of myself and make the right choice and do something without guilt to myself. like going in a shop and say, okay, I buy myself this. I used to just hide, you know. It took me long, even when after the divorce, I could buy things and I even fear opening in front of my children because I'm like, oh, they will say, oh, mom, you bought this. And yet I have the right. I'm working and earning money. I need to please myself. But that wasn't there. It has taken me time to gradually, I've been working on it, finding when I look into something nice and I can afford, I look into my budget, I say, okay, buy, and it makes me happy. So like I start to take care of myself by making sure that what I eat is going to be healthy for my body, is going to nourish my body. So taking care of ourselves requires a lot of work, a lot of sitting down to recognize yourself and understanding yourself. Believe me, even knowing my body shape was an issue. I didn't know about this. Hi, yeah, Omar Sakar. Hi, Omar. Thank you for the hi. Thank you for joining. I'm sharing about self-care. So you find that even to have time to look unto myself and admire the beauty I have, to really know what really suits me, was not a priority. But right now I'm doing that, and I'm so pleased with the choices I'm making right now to prioritize myself. Like I brought myself to a different town from out of my local town, just to give myself treat, to relax. And this is after coming from holidays with the kids, and I needed just me time, you know, just for me to refill, to um, reflect and plan, see my progress, what I need to work on, and just be there and ground myself in a place where nobody is going to give me attention or take my attention. I'm just myself here sitting in Espresso House, and I decided to go live because now I have my time. And why did I choose to go live now? Because I was reflecting how I used not to take care of myself, and I said, no, this is the opportunity. I need to really talk about it right now. I have the time. So share, like, subscribe to my channel. I'm growing bit by bit. I've come a long journey. I'm trying to build myself to grow by sharing my experience and knowing that out there maybe somebody could also learn from it, because there are things that I'm realizing that really brought down my self-esteem, that right now I'm working on myself and knowing that the person who brought fear in me is also an individual like me. And you could find that some people's words could bring you totally down, and yet you're also a human being just like them. But what makes some of us really abide by other people's words, and yet we know that what they are doing to us is not the right thing? It's something that I'm reflecting right now and making a choice to see that whatever happening in my life right now, I have the right to say no where I don't want to go. I have the right to say no to to any environment that is not healthy for myself. I have the right to stay or choose what I want to do for my best. The most important is for me to be authentic to myself. Being honest to myself is a priority. So that also matters, that the things that I do has to be things that are not harming me, that are not harming my life. It's the things that are helping my life to nourish the food I eat, the environments I take myself, the time I sleep, you know what makes me happy, like coming out here and just sitting in this place. I feel so blessed. I feel so happy to be here, and I'm just reflecting and just being me here. So I pray that you have learned something from this, and please subscribe and share. This is so important. It helps me to grow. I see there is someone online. Thank you for joining. Subscribe, like, Thank you so much because this helps me to grow. I'm talking about self-care. I'm working on myself. It has been a journey that I'm really rebuilding myself from nowhere, and I'm not giving up to let myself be in the situation I was before. I'm making a big difference to change a life in my life. Be blessed. Until again in the next live. Bye for now.